The Karakli Artisan and the King is an Arabic story. The story depicts the importance of artisans, where their ingenuity and hard work are transformed into a force that saves the kingdom. Once upon a time, in the kingdom of Arabia, surrounded by vast deserts, there was an excellent Karakli craftsman. His name is Ali. Ali was known for his highly clever tricks, and the villagers admired his skills. Ali could move anything with machines and tools. People were amazed at the karakuri made by Ali and raised their voices in admiration. One day, the king of the kingdom heard the rumors about Ari and called him to the palace. The king was a very powerful figure and ruled over everything in the kingdom. However, the king had one problem. It was that the most fun thing in the palace was the karakuri that Ali made. The king was always bored and felt the same way about the people around him. Ali, I am amazed at your skills. But I want to see a new karakuri, the king said. If I can create something that exceeds my expectations, I will reward you greatly. But if you fail, I don't know what will happen to your life. Ali felt terrified for a moment. However, he was confident in his craft. I will definitely surprise you, king, replied Ali. After that, Ali locked herself in the palace and began to create secret karakuri for several months. He used a variety of tools and machines to devise all sorts of tricks. Finally, he completed a special karakuri to surprise the king. At first glance, the karakuri looked like an ordinary small box. However, when Ali touched the box, countless colorful lights flew out of the box, revealing the animals floating in the air. The animals moved freely and looked like real animals. From lions, horses, birds, and even elephants, everything appeared and disappeared from the box. The king's eyes widened at its beauty and sophistication. It's amazing, the king said. But Ali, I'm not satisfied yet. You're indeed a great craftsman. But I want something greater. Ali was a little surprised, but quickly calmed down and said, King, I have one more wonderful karakuri. Ali moved karakuri again. And now the real throne appeared in front of me. The throne was adorned with gold and jewels, and a radiant light shone around the king. And when the king sat on the throne rose into the sky and carried the king high into the sky. The king flew freely on the floating throne and shouted joy as he looked down at all that the kingdom had to offer. This is what I was looking for, cried the king. Ali, you are such a great craftsman. I will give you the reward I promised you right now. When Ali received the reward from the king, he humbly bowed his head. But there was another thing Ali had planned in her mind. Thank you, king. But I have one request, Ali said to the king. If you don't mind, can you let me make another special karakuri? Of course. Make me anything, the king replied. Ali smiled at the king and said, Then I want to make karakuri that will make all the people of this kingdom happy. When it is completed, your kingdom will prosper forever and everyone will be able to live happily, I said. The king was surprised to hear this. Is that possible? Ali replied. It's possible. I will once again use all the treasures given by the king to make that karakuri. The king then gave Ali all his resources, and Ali continued to make new karakuri in the palace. And the final completed karakuri had the magical power to warm people's hearts and make everyone in the kingdom happy. Ali then received all the rewards from the king and continued to make karakuri to make the people of the kingdom happy. The king reigned happily for decades afterwards, and Ali's name was forever remembered in the kingdom. End.